Hello everyone, this is G-Shock High Fashion Channel and welcome to another G vlog. Alright, in this video I'm going to demonstrate to you guys on how to operate this vintage Riseman, just in case you own one of this, just in case you or aiming to get one of these in the future. So this guy operates on 1664 modules, so if you own any G-Shock at all that operates on these similar modules, you might gonna find this video useful as well. At hometown, we're looking at day, date and time. Let me show you guys how to set up the watch. Press adjust up here. At home time, of course, you can set up the seconds by pressing this memory or light button to reset to 0. Press this lower left button to go to the next one, which is for the hours or the minutes. You can set this thing up. Let's set up the time now. It is 10 based on this golf measure, so it's pretty much accurate for the hours, but the wait, I cannot minus it. Seems like we cannot minus it. 10, and the minutes should be, let's use this guy, that's 10, not 15. So let's set this thing up all the way around. You cannot press the right button, look at that. So let's go all the way 1 minutes. Press mode. We're now able to set up the calendar. Let's move it out to 2017. Press mode again. We'll go to the months, which is months of August, and the day should be 18th of August, the day I'm filming this. Man, I missed it. And here we go, done. On the date, press mode. We'll go back over here at seconds. When the seconds is blinking, you can actually switch it up to 12 hour 24 system. You can know it by looking at that 24 number down there. Look at that. If I press the light button up here, 24 or A for AM. So yeah, you know what? It's better for me to keep zoom in like I'm doing now. Press adjust to finish setting up this part. It is now changed to Friday. Indeed, Friday it is. At home time as well, if you press this memory button down here, of course you could change it to a barometer graph display and also thermometer display instead for weather prediction. Over here, if you press adjust, you can set this thing up or calibrate it actually. So here is the thermometer stop blinking. From here, if you have a second source for thermometer reading, for temperature reading, you can set this thing up as well by adding, look at that, 33.9, 34, based on your other sensor you have. That is a way for you to calibrate it. When all you need to do is just use the light and memory button. Keep pressing the light button down and you will see off. Off over here means you didn't calibrate your G-Shock, which also means factory setting for the thermometer reading. So let's leave it at off. Press mode. We are now able to change the barometer reading as well. Keep pressing both of this button to change it up, and until you find off. Look at that, both are off, which means this watch are now set up to factory setting. And if you want to set this thing up, you can do it as well. Done on that, press adjust, and look at that, the reading will now reset to factory setting, 33.7 degree. Let's check this thing up based on my range manager over here, and 31.2, like totally off. So that's why you need to set that thing up based on other thermometer gauge you have. So do keep it in mind. I believe that's done at the setting. Press memory at home time and keep holding it. You are able to turn the auto light this watch has. Look at that, turn on the auto light as well. Very interesting features. Auto light is one of the best thing about G-Shock. Even though this watch is like 20 years old, that feature is very interesting. I believe that's justified the 28,000 yen price back in the days. But let's leave it on like that. Press mode. We'll go to the first setting, or the first mode, which is the altimeter. Just now was barometer, now we're looking at altimeter. Thermometer will be displayed as well. Keep rising up, and 40 meters up there. And one of the more interesting function that this watch have that no other G-Shock have is that they have the altimeter alarm mode. Let me show you guys. Press adjust at altimeter mode. We're looking at It's gonna take some time to calibrate it. You need to wait a little bit. So 30 will appear over there. So press memory button up here, it will appear off, and 40, 45, just to get to calibrate. They only have the precision every 5 meters, so not as accurate as most G-Shock we got today, which is every 1 meters, like right now, 37. So let's change it to off. It's supposed to show the factory setting, which is off. So there is the factory setting for this watch. If I press mode now, we'll go to AL up there. Kind of like alert. When you reach a certain height, you want to alert yourself that you already reached that height. So let me show you guys. It is now off. I'm on to turn this thing on. They're gonna show LT alarm up there. Let's set this thing up to current height as well, which is 40 meters. And you're gonna hear the beep right away. Press, let's leave it there. Press this mode button as well. We're gonna have manual or auto. Auto or manual over here will be auto save information, such as if you want to save the reading over here on the golf meter, you can see REC will therefore record. In this watch server, you're gonna have auto or manual. So you press memory over here, you're gonna store that reading over there. But let's use manual to not use too much space in the watch. Press mode. I guess we are done over here. Press adjust and done setting up this watch to factory setting. But let's move on to the next mode. We're looking at recall. So over here is all the information that we just recorded just now. This will be the maximum based on all the recording data. 50 units altogether, it will record the maximum data. The maximum recorded data was at 18th of August at 40 meters, 34.2 degrees. The time is 10:04 minutes. And we have the minimum recorded data at 30 meters, 9:35 a.m. in the morning at 32.6 degrees Celsius. And this is all other information that we are already storing here. If you want to erase this specific information, you can do so by pressing this just button up here, and CLR will appear and clear. This will be only applied for manual stored data. If you set your watch to auto store the information, and the watch will automatically shows auto up here, and you cannot erase automatic stored data. Just keep that in mind. You're gonna find this helpful in the future. I'm not gonna demonstrate it because it's gonna take too much time, because the watch gonna auto store it. You're gonna need to wait for like a few minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, down on the altimeter, press mode, we'll go back to hometown of course. Press mode, this is 47 storage left. This is recall. We are now at alarm. Let's set the alarm as well. Press the adjust button up here to set the hours, the minutes, and the single alarm. Down on that, down there will be the alarm and signal on or off using this memory button down here. Let's leave both on. Press mode, we'll go back to hometown again. Let's go to the last mode, which is the stopwatch. Press memory over here, start the stopwatch, and you're gonna need to use the light button to reset. So do that, split time, split off, stop, reset. We don't have any the target time function at all in this space, so yeah. Down on this mode, that is all. You don't have any countdown timer at all for this watch, which is unfortunate. Some people like that, but it's all fine. We have a bunch of information already, such as the LT alarm. Alright, that is done on here, the date and all. Now let's look at the task screen for this model, just in case. Press adjust and 3 button at the same time. Adjust mode memory. Here is the task screen. Wait, accidentally on the auto light. Let me turn off the auto light and go back to home time, and go back to home time, go to the task screen. Alright, here is the task screen. Let me zoom in a little bit to show you guys better. So up here will be all this pixel to show the date, all the writings. Down here will be the bars, the arrow over there. Let me point it out. The arrow will be shown whenever your set up LT alarm is lower or higher. If you are going a lower altitude, the arrow will be pointed on here. If you're going at higher altitude and you are going uphill, the arrow over here will light on. Auto and manual again for recording. altimeter mode, recall mode, fit in, HGM, HPMB. All this will be only available in the international release Riseman. This one I'm holding now is JDM model, so that's why when we are setting up the watch, you didn't see any setting that allows you to change the feet measurement or meter measurement, hectopascal or mercury reading. In this Japan model, we only have meters and hectopascal metric measurement. On this side will be for thermometer, negative or plus, AP, AM or PM to the power system. This will be the time, alarm and signal. This part will be only available or appear. Error will appear if the sensor malfunction whenever you're going to use the sensor and the watch cannot detect the presence of the sensor, or it couldn't measure the atmospheric pressure for some reason. Error will appear. So if this thing appears, you know right away the sensor is already broken, or the ribbon already damaged, was all that. If the battery appear, that means that the battery almost runs out, and at the same time the sensor won't operate as well. So this is a neat way as well to know either the sensor is not functioning because of the battery, or the sensor is not functioning because it's damaged. Alright, that's done on the test screen. I guess that is all that this watch have. Yeah, I already made a separate video to cover on the interesting features, the size comparison, the weight. My thoughts and full opinion will be in there. This will be just on the module demonstration for this watch. I hope you guys found this video useful, informative and entertaining as well. For your future reference, leave a like if it does help you in making your decision for your next purchase. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This is G-Shock High Fashion channel, and